Hi, we're in the Chelsea section of New York City in downtown Manhattan, and I'm standing in an incredible new store called Normal. Well, what is Normal? Well, this is Normal. You see behind me, this is Normal's current product line. They use 3D printing technology to make custom-made earbuds, made just for your individual ear. So we'll be talking with Nikki Kaufman. Nikki is the founder and CEO of Normal. Talk about 3D printing, talk about Normal, how it got started, and actually do a demonstration in which a Normal employee will hopefully scan my ear and work on making me some custom-made earbuds. So come on back, let's talk to Nikki. Hi, Nikki.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks for meeting with us today.
Thank you for having me here.
Can we begin by having you tell us your 3D printing story?
I've been an athlete all my life, and I never had earphones that fit. It's a normal problem that many of us experience, and I was a founding team member at the consumer products company Quirky, where I was exposed to manufacturing and production and 3D printing. And during my time there, I got to thinking, can we solve this issue of ill-fitting earphones in an accessible way? Because the process before Normal, actually, you could get custom earphones, but the way you would have to do it was a very cumbersome, inaccessible process. But I got to thinking, can we do this in a more scalable way via 3D printing? And I started prototyping it in my apartment at the time on a MakerBot, and realized very quickly that I could go from just a photo to a custom fitting product. And that is when I launched Normal. 3D printing allows us to make a custom fitting product very quickly and very accessibly for both the consumer and the business. In other words, we can make Normals in under 3 hours at a price point, again, that makes sense for the consumer. They're $199. It's a premium product, but also something where it makes sense for us as a scalable business. In fact, it really is true mass customization. Mass customization, it actually has been around for quite some time, but it's traditionally very slow, expensive, and near impossible to scale. So we're super proud of creating mass customization at scale in an accessible way, right? So we are actually the only company that's mass producing a consumer good via 3D printing. You can actually order Normals from anywhere in the world, anywhere, by downloading the mobile app, or you can come here to our factory that's also our store and also our headquarters. But no matter where in the world you place your order, we make it here, and again, we can make them in under 3 hours. You download the mobile app, and it prompts you to grab a quarter or any coin, because all we need is a reference object for scale. So you hold the coin here, you put your phone in front of you, and it talks you through taking a couple of ear selfies. So you tilt your head, and the camera takes a few photos of your ear. And then you get to customize your Normals. So you choose one of 7 different colors for the 3D printed part, as well as one of 2 colors for the custom carrying case. In fact, it's not just the headphones that are customized for you, but the cases as well. So we laser etch your name or your nickname onto the case, and then it actually pops up for easy cable management. And we laser cut the negative of your Normals so that only your Normals will fit in your ears or in your case. Basically, you submit your order through the app or in our store. It pings our back end, and we basically do a little manipulation of that photo to turn it into the 3D file that then gets printed. So it takes a couple of minutes. It's mostly automated. There's a little bit of engineering work on our end. It gets sent to one of the printers, depending on where in the world it's going, when the customer needs it by, what color it is. We've built this whole back-end factory that dispatches it appropriately. It gets printed, which takes about an hour. And then after it's printed, there's a little bit of post-processing. We clean it, so we remove the support material. We sand it down. And what I mean by that is we actually sand down the B side, so the part that goes in your ear. But we leave the stepping from 3D print on the A side, because we like to celebrate the fact that it's 3D printed. But the part that touches you, we want to be super, super smooth. So after we sand it down, we give it a coat of soft touch paint. So it doesn't change the color, but it just makes it soft to the touch. That dries. We audio test it. We put it in its carrying case and put it in its box, and then we ship it out to you. So that whole thing, end to end, again, the hour for 3D printing, and then about 2 hours or just there under for some post-processing. There's only about under 30 minutes of man hours on the product. The rest is print time, dry time, wait time, and then again, the time it takes for UPS to deliver it to your location. So right now, the printers that line the perimeter of our store are Stratasys machines. It's the Fortus 250. We have 10 of them. The reason why we print in the Fortus 250 is a few things. Number one, they print in ABS, which we know how plastic interacts with the skin. A lot of earphones are actually ABS. And they print at factory quality, premium quality scale. They're super easy to operate. You don't see failures. They'll run overnight. They literally, with the press of a button, it's super, super simple. And again, when you're running a product that's using 3D printing at scale, these are absolutely the right printers for us. The machines that we're using right now, they're $50,000. So this is the machines that we have that run this factory are absolutely not your average desktop Tinker machine. But again, there's a reason why they function at the scale they do. So we have 10 Fortus 250s, but we have another 10 different 3D printers downstairs that we use for testing and whatnot. One of them is the Ultimaker, another one's the MakerBot. We have a bunch of cubes. Ultimately, it'd be great to be able to use these smaller desktop 3D printers to make normals. Currently, though, like I mentioned, these are the premium finished good, $200 quality item that we use for our product. It's my hope really that someone soon could come into this store and one is it's 3D printed and then there's no post-processing, so you can do it in an hour, or it's 3D printed and it takes 10 minutes and then they walk out the door with it. So we're not there yet, but I hope to be. I like to describe Normal as a consumer brand. A lot of people mention the word omni-channel when they talk about what we do. Because there is a physical component, there's also a mobile commerce component. The part that I think is super interesting and compelling is the fact that you can do the whole thing end-to-end, one-to-one right here. So I think part of what makes Normal so powerful is that it's all in one location. And that was really important for me when we were launching Normal, to do everything all at once. I hope there's lots of other people working on 3D printing of consumer goods. I can tell you that at Normal, we are working on other things. We believe Normal to be a platform for customization, right? Customers and consumers, we want things that are built for us and for our bodies, right? And there's a lot of areas of the body that we could imagine could benefit from a custom fit. When we launched Normal, we called it Normal, and we don't mention headphones in the title. We're leaving it open to further product development. I cannot share what's next, though I can tell you that we just launched today 2 limited edition holiday partnerships. One with Rebecca Minkoff, where we're making actually rose gold normals. And the way that works is that we 3D print in castable resin rather than the ABS. And then we cast that out in actually 14 karat rose gold. And we're launching another limited edition version of normals with Nike that's a custom colorway for their runner. I think there'll definitely be different machines. I hope, again, that it's a point where you can walk into a factory and walk out with a product. I hope that's far sooner than 5 years. In the last 6 months, I've realized something quite interesting about the product. I don't think that people necessarily buy it because it's 3D printed. I think people buy Normals because they're the best fitting and best sounding headphones. So it's very cool, and it's a very cool technology, and it's fascinating to be able to educate. But at least right now, and it might be because not many people are using it for mass, I don't know that it hasn't gotten there yet, right? Like a lot of consumers, they don't even know what that means. So it's a bit interesting. I hope that there's more brands that are using 3D printing so that does become a very important conversation. It's a super important piece of the story. When you walk in here, the fact is that 30% of the people buy, and that's really, really high given that we sell one item, right? And I do truly believe it's because we show them. We show them the process. We show them, we let them in. They understand it. A large majority of the folks that have walked in here have never seen a 3D printer before. We do a lot of events at night, both to get in athletes and do 3D printing meetups and everything, retail, everything, to get folks into the space, to get them exposed to what we do. So our website is nrml.com, so it's normal without the vowels. You can follow us on social media, we're at Normal Ears. And then again, you can download the apps in the iTunes Store or the Google Play Store, just search for Normal and it'll pop right up. And lastly, if you're ever in Manhattan, please come visit us in Chelsea. It's 22nd Street between 6th and 7th, and we'd love to have you at our factory and store. Keep making and stay in touch. I'm happy to be a resource to all of you. You can contact me directly, Nikki at nrml.com. And thanks for including me in your course.
Okay, thank you for your time.